Hey, brother.
Hey,
What's going on?
not much.
Cool.
Like in the new office.
Yeah, I still I have one last. I have this one bookshelf that I bought that has basically traveled around the country according to my Canada Post tracking. And it's just been everywhere except for Aurora, where it's supposed to be. So
Can't wait to get back on the rinks though. I can't wait to get
starting
back
to
to
miss it
this.
now. I
Yeah,
didn't for a while, but I
yeah,
am now.
yeah. I'm missing hockey.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm missing the competition of it. I'm missing that
camaraderie.
part is and it's the poking fun at your buddy because they miss the puck, probably poking fun at me because I miss
Well,
the puck. I'm probably
you and I are both probably in that category. Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
so yeah, but it's now been, I think it's 52 weeks since I have put my skates on. I haven't
Yeah,
even skated. I've tried to skate. We have a pond right behind the house now,
right.
and just the last week and a half, I just haven't made the effort to go out there.
But yeah, speaking of hockey, so loving the NHL in general right now. Loving that Canadian division. Um, you're starting to see the rivalries starting to kick in now, right? Starting to
Yeah,
see the
yeah.
rivalries start to come around on that. I'm loving that part of it personally. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun. I haven't watched a lot of non-leaf hockey yet,
Yep.
and probably got a handful of other games um, here and there. But I am the rivalry is fun. Like,
But it's cool.
yeah,
It's cool. Well, again, sent you that article, and it was neat in the
yeah.
Toronto Stars, I think 3 weeks ago now, and it was funny that with guys that are actually doing research on sports rivalries, which I thought was kind of neat. Well,
Mm,
I got the guys down in the states, David Tyler and Joe Cobbs. So and it was interesting because he's done it for NFL, NHL, NBA. So of course I went into the Leafs, and it was funny because you look at basically what the research was. I don't know if you did the actual questionnaire. Did you do his survey at
Oh, I
all?
did not. No,
It's
no.
take 5 minutes and do it. It's actually really quite
Oh, okay.
enlightening.
I'll put the
All the
link in the I'll
questions.
put the link in there so people
Do
can
that.
do
Do
it as
that.
well.
But it's cool because you think about it and you look at it from a Leaf perspective and think, well, okay, Montreal Canadiens have always been our rivals. They're probably our number one rival. Montreal must feel the same way. And then they people that fill out the survey from a Montreal perspective saying, no, not a hope. It's Boston,
Right.
for example. And then you look at something like I looked at Buffalo, and the same thing. Like we don't even think of Buffalo. I don't think as a rival. I think we're like third or fourth. That could be what we consider as a rival. For Buffalo, it's absolutely we're number one. Toronto. So I don't know. I don't know what your I got
Well,
some thoughts on
that's
that, but what's your
it's
perspective?
I guess it's the perception of who you compete against, and in the business world, it's interesting on the sales side to see that, right? Like
Yeah.
you people will say, hey, well, who's your number one competitor? And everyone's like, well, no one really competes against us. We have different.
Right.
But
Right.
then you'll list a couple other companies, and then you'll be at a trade show and you'll bump into somebody from one of those companies that hey, how's it going, blah blah, and you sort of ask the questions, sort of surreptitiously, are they losing against us or winning against us? And they're like, yeah, we never see you guys, and like when we're
Right.
going and making our sales, like we're over here selling, and you guys are over here, and the perception is that we think, oh, we're head to head against these guys every place, and they're like, yeah, we're winning over here, and it's funny. That's, I think, rivalries are like that. You
Yeah.
may see somebody as a rival, they may not even know you exist.
Right. Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it nearly becomes a bit of a, yeah, I think we sometimes get ourselves too concerned about sometimes that. And you're right, our perception is not someone else's reality, right?
Right.
At all. And it's funny because I was thinking the same thing. I was kind of trying to bring it back into my world. And I'm thinking about when I'm involved with organizations, helping them with big change projects, right? That's one of the big things that I do. And, something like, a new ERP system, how there's an event, but how different people can view that and totally not be aligned. And I think, for example, you have like a project team that's pushing a brand new ERP, and been working on this with a senior management group for weeks and days and months, and they've gone through all the headaches and all the bugs and whatever, and they finally get to the point where they're ready to roll it out to the organization, and then they wonder why people aren't adopting it overnight, and then realizing that the due diligence that people need to have emotionally to be playing with the system for 6 months, the end users haven't used it. They haven't
Mm-hmm.
even seen it in many cases. Then the project team gets frustrated because Why are they not implementing this? How can they see it differently than we do? Well, they haven't been engaged, they haven't been involved. And it goes to, once again, without getting too caught up in it, but it goes again to, early involvement of people that are impacted by the change. Even if you're not getting their input into how it should be created, at least give them some, intel about how's it going to work. Here's what it's going to look like. Go in and play in a sandbox for a while. So at least when people get to the point where they train and then go live with it, for example, it's not, oh, where is this coming from? Hey, so that's what, to me, it was more around alignment of thinking. I think every Habs fan obviously must think that Leafs are number one. Good buddy of mine who you've met before, Dave, who's a Habs fan, it's like, nah, Toronto became, irrelevant 25 years ago. Right. Boston is the team. And you look at it through those eyes, you go, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Right.
How you can take the perspective of something kind of fun like this and kind of bring it back to our world. It's kind of neat.